Welcome to the Vector Garden. In this quick tip, we're going to talk about brushes. Illustrator has some nice brushes libraries. Let's take a look at one of them, the artistic one, Chalk, Charcoal, Pencil. And this has some nice brushes with a lot of structure and texture. And when you draw with them, you would expect to get this pencil look. But the longer your path is, the less this looks like pencil. Let's drag this out of that library and move that to the side. And you see there we have a lot of that texture, and it gets lost, of course, when we draw that. That happens because this is an art brush, and art brushes work like this, gets stretched along the path. This would need to be converted into a pattern brush, and then it would be repeated along the path, and then it doesn't get stretched. This actual brush doesn't work so well for that. Let's take a look for another one, because we will have to look for one where we have an equal width along that shape, which is not happening here. So let's take a look at them. So this works a little better. Let's look if we can find yet another one. So you see this would work even better because we have a rather long part of this, which is kind of working nicely. So let's take that one. And now we need to convert that. And for that, we need to cut it and then do some editing. So let's take a look at that. The first thing is you need to drag it out of the panel, which we have already done. And then, of course, take a look at that in the layers panel, because there you see how this is built. And we see we have a lot of groups. And then we also have, as you can see in outline view, there's the invisible path which would get into our way. So let's first ungroup all of that like this. And then we can check out this invisible rectangle and delete it. So now the next thing is we need to, let's draw some guidelines like that. And I'm going to select this and let's make another group out of it. And then I need the bounding box. So let's get that so that we can rotate this a little. So like this perhaps. That is good. So I want to have this section here, and it needs to be kind of horizontal so that we can work with it. So now we need to cut that out from about here to about here. Okay, so we can go to Path, divide objects below, and the same with that one. Let's go to Object Path and divide objects below. So now let's ungroup that again and select this part and delete it, and that one as well. And there are a lot of loose objects, so like this. And let's take a look at the outline again. So that's nice. Okay. So now, in order to make both ends fit, the best thing would be if these anchors here run horizontally, like that. So the smart guides help to get this. Let's make this horizontal as well. And I'm going to delete that one, like this. And now this side shouldn't be changed anymore. So let's take this and press the Alt key and the Shift key and move it to that side, like this. And now we can see if we can make it match, but this side here probably needs to be a little lower. So let's select it like this and move it down like that. And at the top, I think that will work. So let's go up here. So that should work like that. That's okay. So now let's delete this one like so. And take that one as well, move it to the right. And then we're going to have them kiss. And then let's select this side. So now we only change the left side of it. So let's select this point, move it up so that it snaps, and the handle horizontal. And then again this one, so that it snaps, horizontal handle. And then we can take a look what we could do with this part. Now, again, this part we're going to delete. And we need to edit it on this side. And also, let's take this. And that one, move it to the right. This can be gone. And then what we're going to do is take the anchor point tool and make this a little round, like that. Okay. Like this. That's nice. So now we have an element that matches on the left and right side, and we're going to select it. And now we need to make sure it's black. So let's go to Window Color, and in order to achieve that, we can either, so this is an RGB file, we can either set it to 000, but we can also go to Grayscale and make Grayscale 100%. Let's check out how that translates here. So I'm not very happy about that. We're going to set that to 000. And the next thing is we're going to drag it into the brushes panel and make a pattern brush. And then also set it to tints like this and go to OK. So now that we've created the brush, we can of course check it out. Let's move this to the side, and then I'm going to take the brush tool. I do not need to use the brush tool. You can use any tool, but let's just use it. And then let's just draw a line, and you see this time it keeps the nice texture of this brush and applies that repeatedly on that path. And we can even color that to any color we like, because we applied the tints.